Hi guys, I'm Jeremiah. Today I'll be going through with you on the ID tag with Lanyard tutorial. Firstly, I'll run through the essential items that are pre-packed for you in the workshop kit. We have the rough leather, glue applicator, burnishing cream, okay, two different grades of sandpaper, nail filer, it acts as a sandpaper as well, cloth, needles, cotton bud, thread, okay, and do bring along your own lighter as well as a scissors. The lighter, get the regular lighter instead of the proof lighter. Okay. The first step will be burnishing, so get your burnishing cream ready, cotton bud, and the cloth. The lanyard we have already pre-made for you, so once you are done with the ID tag, you can simply hook it on. Okay, so just for now, put this aside and we'll work on the ID tag. Now the ID tag consists of 3 pieces of leather. So this is the front, middle section, and the back. So when it's placed together, it will look like this. Okay. To start off, on burnishing, where are we going to burnish? We usually burnish at the non-stitch portion. So these are all the stitching portions that you can see. So the non-stitch portion obviously is at the top side, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So if you want, you can use your cotton bud. If not, for me, I usually use my pinky. Okay, dab it along the sides. I'll put some on the inner part as well. Why am I putting this cream on the inner, or rather the back of the leather, where you can see the fiber? It's because the cream helps to tighten the fiber. So when you are taking in and putting in your cuts, it will create friction, and then therefore the fiber will fray up. So this is to tighten the fiber. Now once you have done applying, and if you have excess in the front, do take a tissue and wipe the excess away. Now for the cloth, we are going to wrap our index finger with this cloth, okay, and our index finger will go along the edge of this side, okay, like a 45 degrees angle, pressing it down. Okay. Now on the fiber direction, do feel for the fiber direction. Where is it, up or down? If it's rough or smooth. So we will usually go with the smooth direction. If we go against the smooth direction, it will create a rough look. So what we want is a smooth finish. So here downwards, it's smooth for me. So I'll wrap my index finger with this cloth and go down like so. Okay, just gently push down. Okay, and flip it over. On the smooth surface of the leather, you can actually go up and down. Once done, go onto the top of the leather and polish it. The top side, yeah, and you polish it. Okay. So do complete the top sides, and once you are done, we will proceed on to gluing. Once you have done burnishing on all top sides, the next step will be sanding, followed by gluing. So get your sandpaper ready, the nail filer, rough leather, glue applicator, and a needle. So which part of the leather we will be sanding? Okay, it's the section where the third piece of leather sits on the second piece. Okay, so do take up your needle to mark an indication over here. Over here. So this whole entire U shape down, we will be sanding it. Okay. So pick up your nail filer and you can start sanding it down. Try not to cross over the line that you have marked. So just go up and down like this. So what you want to see is a lighter green shade. So up-down motion will do. The purpose of sanding the smooth side of the leather is for a better bond when you apply the glue and stick both pieces of leather together. Okay, once you're done, the sanding will look like this, and the next step will be gluing. And now we will begin gluing all three pieces together. So where are we going to glue on these two pieces? It's the inner part where you can see the fiber, the U shape here around. Do not do on the part that you have burnished. Same thing here, all around. And for the smooth portion of the second piece of leather, the middle section, do glue on this U shape here that we have sand. And after which, here, we'll glue here as well and stick them together. Okay, so we'll proceed on to gluing. So dab a bit of this glue onto the rough leather. The glue dries pretty quickly, but no worries about it, because it's contact glue. So if it dries up, it will create a better bond for both pieces of leather. So just apply the glue. Try not to cover the holes with the glue. So if you happen to cover the hole with the glue, do use your needle here, okay, and clear the hole like so. Okay, so if let's say you have dried up glue that is stuck on your glue applicator, take a tissue and clean the excess glue away and start spreading again. Now once you're done spreading on these two pieces of leather, okay, we will stick them together. But before that, do let them dry. So once it's dried, right, it will look transparent, translucent, like so. And before we stick both of them together, remove the plastic sheet here, the plastic protector here. Okay. Now once you put these two pieces together, you have to align them very well. If not, you have issues sanding it later on. So make sure they are aligned on all four sides. Sorry, on all three sides. Okay, and after you align, do give them a press so that there's no air bubbles trapped in there. Next, we will apply glue here and here and align them together and stick it down. After which, the next step will be stitching. And this is how it looks like when you stick them together. So if some of you have a lot of excess glue at the edges, use your index finger to erase the excess glue away. Okay. So now we will proceed on to stitching. So get your scissors ready, needles, thread, and a lighter. So how much thread is needed for this stitching? It's about 4 to 4.5 times of this length. So from here until here, the U shape is considered as 1. So just uncoil your thread. Okay, so here to here. Usually I just estimate, okay? You don't have to be that exact. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Now I'll show you a close-up on how are we going to put the thread into the needle. Here's the close-up of the thread and the needle, which we will be putting through. So here, on the thread, end of the thread, pinch it down so that it's easy for the thread to go through to the hole. Okay, once it's through, pull about 6 to 7 cm in length, okay, and bring the thread from here, the shortest part of the thread here, all the way to the top of the needle, okay, the pointy part of the needle. So bring it up, all the way up, and leave about 2 cm of gap here, and pierce through the thread using the needle. You will pierce through the thread. Use your index finger as a support. Okay, here you go. So remember, pull the thread through the needle, leave about 6 to 7 cm, bring the thread all the way up and pierce through the needle, leave about 2 cm gap here. Now, it looks like a D shape here. Now I'm going to make this D shape smaller by adjusting the top downwards and pulling the bottom. So you see a smaller D shape here. Now hold the top of the needle and hold the shortest part of the thread here and pull it through, all the way through. And you have a thread that is locked in the needle. Okay, so I need you to do the same method on the other end here. Okay, so pick up the next needle and do the same thing. So in one thread, you have 2 needles, each needle at each end. And now we'll begin stitching. We'll stitch clockwise direction, so holding the ID tag with the window facing you, and we'll start from this hole, clockwise direction, and we'll end it here. Okay, so take your needle, go all the way through to the first hole, through the first hole, and make sure that both needles are aligned, or rather both threads are aligned, are equal. Now next, at the back of the thread here, or rather the back of the ladder here, do clamp your thread down so that when you're pulling this, it wouldn't pull all the way through. So now here, the needle that is facing you, which is this needle here, this thread, goes into the next hole. Can you see? Goes into the next hole, goes through to the next hole, you pull down. So this thread goes down, the next thread should go up, up meaning above the thread. So here, you swap over, and this needle here will go above the thread here. So needle above the thread in the front as well. It has to be above the thread on both sides. So pull it through. Make sure you give it a nice tug. Okay? So again, needle that is facing you. Okay? Goes into the next hole, goes through to the next hole, you pull down. And once this one goes down, the alternate thread will go above. Or rather, the next thread will go above here. Above the thread. Above the thread in the front as well. Needle is above the thread, pull through, give it a nice tug. Same thing again. Oops. Needle that is facing you goes into the next hole. Goes through the next hole, you pull down. Okay, so it goes down. The next one should go up above the thread. Okay. So do this stitching all the way through. Even for here, doesn't change. It's the same method, and as well as the corner, all the way until the end here. Then I'll teach you how to end the thread. And now we are at the end of the stitching, so I'll show you how to end the thread. Okay, all the ending of the thread, it will be at the end of the at the back of the ID tag. So I will start off with the thread at the back of the leather, at the back of the ID tag. Poke it through the second last hole. So you just backtrack one hole, poke it through. Try not to pierce through the thread. Okay, and in the front as well, try not to pierce through the thread. And when you pull through, use your finger to adjust the thread into a parallel position to the thread above. Okay. Now using the same needle that this, when we poke through, go into the third last hole. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Pierce it through. Okay, in the front, try not to pierce through the thread, but at the back here, okay, at the back here, do pierce through the thread. Let me just get through it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so pierce through the thread. Okay, why do we pierce through the thread, right? It's for later on when we cut it shorter and we use the lighter to light it up, and the thread will not easily come loose. So pull it through. Okay, using your finger again. Okay, to adjust the both threads into a parallel position. Pull it tightly. Now, the needle that is still in the front, we'll poke through to the second last hole. Just backtrack one hole. Okay, pierce it through. Okay, in the front, right? Same thing in the front. Do not pierce through any of the thread here. But at the back here, okay, let me just get focus. At the back here, we will pierce through the thread here. Okay, poke it through. Make sure the front thread is also parallel to the other. Tighten it and trim it away. Okay, let me trim it away first, and I'll show you how much to leave, how much excess to leave. Okay, something like this, and you will use your lighter and use the blue flame to light up the thread and press it down. So now we are done. Okay, so if you do a proper stitch, right, it will have this slant motion throughout the whole entire stitching. So you can see one is higher than the other. And now the final step will be burnishing. Okay, so same thing, likewise on the front, as shown in the previous part of the video. The same technique applies. I'll use my pinky, spread the burnishing cream on this side. So we'll do side by side first, okay? Okay, now rub your index finger with the cloth and go up down like so. Okay, after you're done with the first layer of burnishing, we will go on to using the sandpaper. So we do have a rough sandpaper and a smooth sandpaper. So the rough one is the darker one, and the smooth one will be the lighter one. For example, now if when I join them together, when I stick them together earlier on, I did not stick it well. So maybe it's not really aligned. so I'll use the nail filer here to smoothen it down, okay, to sand it down. Now if let's say it's quite even, I'll use the rough leather here, I'm sorry, not rough leather, the rough sandpaper here to smoothen it down. So you just go up down motion to make sure they are seamless. So the whole side is seamless. You try to achieve that by sanding it down. So if you have excess leather on the side here, use the rough sandpaper to remove it. So you sand down the edge here. Just on the edge, do not sand on the thread, okay? If not, the thread will come loose. So what we want to see is the color of the leather. So for example, this is light, and the middle is a bit dark. That means the middle is not really even to the both sides. So you just keep sanding until you achieve the same color on all three pieces of leather. Now, for example, once you have done with the sanding of the rough sandpaper, coat it with the burnishing cream. To reach the cloth. Now, once you are satisfied with the sanding, proceed on to the finer sandpaper, which is the smoother one. Okay, so same process, sanding it down. And if you find that it's still uneven and all, you can just use the rough sandpaper back again and repeat the same process until you reach to the final step, which you want to smoothen it. So use the use the smooth sandpaper to sand it down. So once you're done with the smooth sandpaper, coat it with the burnishing cream again. So this is not really the best, but you can just repeat the same steps that as mentioned throughout the whole entire side here. So you have 1, 2, 3 sides to complete burnishing, and once done, you can clip on the hook for your lanyard. Okay. So remember, if you want to achieve something like this, repeat the steps. After burnishing, use the rough sandpaper and use the cloth after which, and keep repeating the same step until finally you can use the smooth sandpaper for your final touch-up.